And we're live. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mill. You know the time, it was advertised. One man went to mill. It's your man, not your boy. I'm trying to get the camera angle right. Is it like that or is it like this? I think it's like this. Let's just adjust myself. One man went to mill. You've seen the topic. Say hello as you're coming in. One man went to mill. Gather. One man went to mill. Went to mow a meadow. Gather, gather, gather. One man went to mill. God created Igbo women for Yoruba men. So now, yeah, that's the topic, of course. But what says you? So that is what we're looking to tackle. God created Igbo women for Yoruba men. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you make of that statement? God created Igbo women for Yoruba men. Gather. Okay. So I'm just waiting for the room to populate so we have a bit of an audience. Say hello as you're coming in. One man went to mill. God created Igbo women for Yoruba men. Is this a true statement? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What is your take on that statement? One man went to mill. Let's see. Okay. So there's a hyperlink there. If you want to click on it to come join me, you're welcome to do that. But you have seen the topic, God created Igbo women for Yoruba men. That is what the belief is in some quarters. But what is your belief? Gather, one man went to mill. Okay. So God created Igbo women for Yoruba men. But it is not me saying this, by the way. It is not even the entirety of the Yoruba people that are saying this. It is actually a very famous artist that came up with that statement. And then, of course, a lot of our Yoruba people have aligned behind it. So did God create the Igbo woman for the Yoruba man? Is the question. What's your answer to that? Come share thoughts. God created Igbo women for Yoruba men. Okay, let's just get straight into it and people will join us when they deem fit. So this is YC is the name of the person that is making this now controversial statement. And this is the headline. Igbo women are on this earth for Yoruba men. A headline attributed to somebody called YC is a musician. I'm not really familiar with his work, but I am certainly familiar with this controversial statement. So in America, you all know the American Declaration of Independence. We hold this truth to be self-evident that all men are created equal, etc., etc. So in Yoruba land, we also hold a certain truth to be self-evident, and this truth, of course, is what is being pronounced by this young man that that Igbo women were put on this earth by God Almighty for Yoruba men. So that is the topic. What is your say on that? So let's get into exactly what this guy said. So I hope you're hearing me okay, by the way. I've tried to make some adjustments to the audio setting. So if you're hearing me okay, then you're hearing me okay. But if you're not hearing me okay, then indicate. So we get straight into it. Igbo women are on this earth for Yoruba men. A headline attributed to somebody called YC. I'm not familiar with this work, as I said, but we'll get into why exactly he's made this statement. Nigerian rapper Oludamilade Martins Alejo, popularly known as YC, may have bitten more than he can chew by declaring love for Igbo women in the most unusual of ways. The rapper, in expressing his love for Igbo women, said God created them for Yoruba men. So this is what this guy has to say, that God created Igbo women for Yoruba men. So you would not find me disagreeing with that statement. I am a Yoruba man, and I have a full understanding as to why this guy is saying this, because there's nothing, of course, that a Yoruba man delights in more than a delectable Igbo lady. Of course, Yoruba men, anyway, by reputation, and by instinct they gravitate towards women. They have a thing for women, but especially a thing for the delight of an Igbo person. So this guy is now trying to encapsulate it in one single statement just to say, okay, just this is how it is that indeed God created Igbo women for Yoruba men. So this is what this guy is saying, but what are you making of it? YC is the name of the character. So let's see how he expands on that. The Jagaban crooner made the statement on Twitter during the week to the bewilderment and outrage of many, particularly of the Igbo extraction. He wrote, Igbo women were put on this earth for Yoruba men, whilst some of his fans took it. Whilst some of his fans took it as a punch in the face being Igbo, others agreed with him, further highlighting characteristics that make Igbo women more desirable ahead of women of other tribes in Nigeria. One fan wrote, so who will now marry all those dirty Yoruba girls? Please focus on your tribe. And another one queried, and Yoruba men for who? And Yoruba women for who? Another fan has this to say, Igbo girls love Yoruba guys die. So this is something that I want to especially interrogate because, of course, we're coming at it from the Yoruba perspective at the moment. Hello, Jennifer. Jennifer, if you are of Igbo extraction, I will especially want to hear your comments on this because, of course, the position is that God created Igbo women for Yoruba men. Of course, we are not saying that as a categorical statement, but that is to open up that space really to discuss really this particular liking that Yoruba men have for Igbo women. I'm sure a lot of you would have come across that either as a Yoruba man, you might want to come forward and confess that you do have a thing for Igbo women, and an honest Igbo woman can come forward as well and tell us, especially if they've noticed that Yoruba men particularly gravitate towards them. So God created Igbo women for Yoruba men. It's that controversial statement that's been made by somebody called YC, and that is what we're looking now to discuss here. So another fan has this to say, Igbo girls love Yoruba guys die. I once asked her why, and she says never a dull moment with Yoruba G's, but my Igbo brothers are damned boring, always about money. So I'm not quite sure who is saying that. That might well be that person's personal experience, and I don't really want it to go down that route of Igbos versus Yorubas. But then, of course, this guy has now made this statement, and of course, is a statement that chimes with me. And there's plenty of examples, by the way. There's plenty of narrations online about this particular storyline, about the desire that the Yoruba person, the Yoruba man now in this instance, has for especially the Igbo woman. So we go on to the next supporting evidence. Let's have a look. So this one goes on to list 5 reasons that Yoruba men love Igbo women. So let's go through those reasons. Nigeria, despite war and religious intolerance, remains an abode for intertribal marriages, and despite arguments and fights when couples marry out of their tribes, they are bound to face and experience enmity from their partners' families, couples, let me see, that doesn't actually read right. And despite arguments and fights when couples marry out of their tribes, they are bound to face and experience enmity from their partners' families. Couples still find a way of sealing the gap between the torn families with their love. The Yoruba and Igbos are 2 major tribes in Nigeria, very powerful and represent a large portion of the population. And also, they share interaction with each other like any other tribe in Nigeria. However, when the issue of marriage comes into play, they handle it with sentiment. There are certain qualities possessed by ladies who are Igbo, just like each tribe has its own peculiarities. There are some things that synonymous to Igbo women. They are basically important things one has to know before marrying an Igbo woman. And by the way, just before I carry on, it is quite an involved task to marry an Igbo woman. So it's not just something that you do casually, because the weight of the bridal process alone is sufficient to break your back. So let me just put the hyperlink again in case anybody wants to come and join in this conversation. What we're saying is that the Igbo woman was created by God for the purposes of the Yoruba man. So Igbo women were put on this planet essentially for Yoruba men. It's the controversial statement that we're looking to tackle, and we've got 5 reasons that backs it up. So it says, here are the reasons Yoruba men love to marry Igbo women. So we go through the 5 reasons. Number 1, Igbo women are home builders. So that's the first reason that this piece is adducing. Igbo women are home builders. It would be nice for us not to be sentimental when it comes to considering this issue. Igbo women are extremely dedicated in marriage. Now, there would be always a few stray ones like we have in other tribes too. But when it comes to the effort they put into marriages, those ladies are quite commendable. So their dedication to marriage is the first thing that these pieces are seeking to highlight. Marriages mean a great deal to them, and divorce is a word that they do not really entertain. Yoruba men go for them because they see the prospects in them. So home builders is the first attribute that is being identified that is especially peculiar to Igbo people. I am not, of course, in a situation or in a position to verify that. But if you are really, especially cross-married, we're talking about the Igbo-Yoruba mix now. So if you have that cross-marriage, either you're an Igbo man married to a Yoruba woman, or in this instance now, more importantly, the voice that we really want to hear is an Igbo woman married to a Yoruba man, or a Yoruba man married to an Igbo woman. So the conversation is around the statement made by an artist called YC that the Igbo women were put on this planet by God for Yoruba men. So this is what YC said, and this is what we're seeking to explore. So if you have any thoughts on that, then please come share them. So somebody has come up with 5 reasons why the Yorubas especially gravitate towards the Igbo women. So the first reason we have already gone through, Igbo women are home builders. So the second reason now is that they are excellent cooks. So edikaikan is where we're going to now. They say the pathway to a man's whatever is through the stomach. So of course, to the kitchen we go, and that is the second reason now that it's been adduced. So if you have any comments on this, by the way, please feel free to comment them in the comment section or click on the hyperlink to come and join me. So the second reason why Yoruba people gravitate towards, Yoruba men, I should say, gravitate towards Igbo women is because they are excellent cooks. There are a number of leaves and vegetables that are being made into soups by the Igbo woman. Most of them know how to cook and will feed a man until he cannot eat anymore. Yoruba men know that they would taste different types of vegetables when they are married to Igbo women. We all know that the way to a man's heart is through the stomach. So that is the second reason that it's been adduced. So now we're going to the third reason. The third reason that is being adduced, love knows no bounds. So that is the third reason, love knows no bounds. Some Yoruba men end up marrying Igbo women, not because they had it planned, but because love happened. Love knows no tribe. At this point, they have no control over the person. So I don't think that is especially peculiar to Igbo women. So that can be anybody really if we're going down the love route. So we go on to the fourth reason, they are accommodating. So this is the fourth reason now that is being adduced for why Yoruba men gravitate towards Igbo women. Because of course, we have now we have now made a controversial statement to say that Igbo women were put on this planet for Yoruba men. So of course, now we have to be able to back that up. So somebody has come up with 5 reasons and we're going through them. And the fourth reason that we're landing on is that they are accommodating. So Igbo women apparently are accommodating. Igbo people love having a full house. It is not strange finding uncles, aunties, nephews, cousins, and distant relatives spending holidays with them. Although they chat a lot, they enjoy good company. There are bad eggs amongst them too, who have little or no tolerance for people. Yoruba men know that marrying Igbo ladies who are well cultured and well behaved will help them keep their family members together. Over time, the family members may start to see the good in them and love them too. So that is the reason. I'm not quite sure that these 5 reasons are strong. And the last reason being adduced is one Nigeria. So that's 5 reasons that somebody's come up with. But then, of course, we've got plenty of evidence that seeks to discuss this particular narrative. So the second evidence that we're going to, the headline, Yoruba men and Igbo women, the perfect combination, and then that ends with a question mark. So somebody has put this up on a platform somewhere, inviting responses. It says as, do you know that Igbo women are more likely than other Nigerian women to marry outside their tribe and country? The number of Igbo women married, especially to Yoruba men, would astound you. What is it about Yoruba men and Igbo women? A number of my friends and families, a number of my friends and family are married to Yoruba men. What is the chemistry? So what is the chemistry is what we're asking. And if you have any answers to this, then please come share them either in the comment section or click on the link to come join me in live. I don't know, you people are being shy today. I'm not quite sure why you are being shy, but we are discussing Igbo women put on this planet for Yoruba men. So responses to that thing that somebody put up, it says, don't start any wahala, but what man won't marry an Igbo woman for crying out loud? But I'm sure Yoruba and Hausa girls have their special features too. So that is one response. I really didn't know it this much, like you said. I didn't really know it is this much, like you said. I am Igbo, seriously dating a Yoruba, and try as much as I can to quit the relationship on the basis of our tribes. He wouldn't budge. I must be truthful though. He's very loving and caring, carries me like an egg. I don't know if it's just gene, so I don't know if that gene means jazz or voodoo. I don't know if it is just gene or Yoruba men are generally like that. So that's no, just Jim, she did say, not Jim. So Jim might well be the name of the Yoruba men that she has an entanglement with. But really, the Igbo woman and the Yoruba man is the topic of the conversation. So if you have any thoughts on this, I mean, this is not going to be heavy going. We're just having a light-hearted conversation around this. So this is not anything serious or tribal, but this is something that people have noticed, that the Igbo women and the Yoruba men seem to naturally gravitate towards each other. So this is something that people have noticed and something that now we're looking to discuss. So responses to what was put up are Yoruba men and Igbo women. Are they the perfect combination? So this is what people are saying. I really didn't think much. Okay, so we've gone through that. Well, my friend, it is not a bad thing to marry a Yoruba man or friend them, but for me, I am in love with a Yoruba man now, okay, and we are planning to get married. I'm not sure about this tribe of a thing. I don't know. There's too many, those funky languages when they won't spell things out, those text speaks. So it's a text speak sort of a response. So we're going to the next one. I believe this is because the Yoruba men are seeing the wonderful features in an Igbo woman, which they can't see in their own women. Do you know that 95% of divorced cases in Nigeria today are Westerners? The Igbo woman who is more tolerant will want to uphold a marriage no matter what. Secondly, the Yoruba man knows the Igbo woman has no competitor when it comes to cooking. He can tolerate the food served by his mother, but wouldn't dare tolerate the rubbish a Yoruba lady will cook. And thirdly, the Igbo woman in a marriage is less of a flirt. We know how a Yoruba lady can, on a regular basis, be getting, okay, so I think that was tailing off to another direction then, but I think we get the gist of what that person was trying to say. But then, of course, the seminal question, the central question, what we're looking to ask and establish is, are the Igbo women put on this planet really for the benefit of Yoruba men? So this is the question. What is your answer? If you have any thoughts on this, then please come share them, because certainly this is something that seems to generate a lot of interest online. But does it interest you, and do you have a view? Let's see what people are saying. Okay, let's just see. I'm just skimming through to see if anything pops up in the response. So somebody says, who cares what tribes get married to each other? And and I don't know what that word is. And baby OCs, what is the point of this thread to start another tribalist war? Don't you get tired of it? Okay, so it wasn't really, I don't think, intended to start anything tribal. It's just really pointing to something that has been noticed and inviting an opinion, just as I am doing now. So somebody chimes in, I am Yoruba and I don't see anything in the Igbo girl which isn't in the Yoruba girl. Nigerian girls are all the same. Also, I'd want to point out that the best meal I have ever had in a long time was by a Yoruba woman. So it tells off along those lines. We're talking if the Igbo women are put on this planet for the benefit of the Yoruba man. So that is the question, but what is your answer? If you want to voice opinions in the comment section, you're welcome to do that. And if you want to come live online to come engage with me, you're welcome to do that too. Plenty articles have been written on this particular topic. Sorry. So plenty articles have been written on this particular topic, and we're just going through them in bits. So top major reasons Yoruba men marry Igbo ladies is the next piece that we're looking to see. So somebody has actually gone well out of the way to write this. So I think it might well be listing the reasons that we've gone through before. Igbo women are great cook. Well, not only Igbo women are great cook, but Igbo women are great cooks. Igbo women are home builders. So again, ditto. Love knows no boundaries. They are accommodating and unity. So that's the reasons being adduced there. So but Igbo women and Yoruba men, well, that is the question. What is your answer? We've got somebody finally voicing an opinion, which is what I am inviting, because there is only so much that I can say. If you don't feedback, then the conversation doesn't really flow. But we've got Zach. Mostly, Igbo women were created for Igbo men, but Igbos, with their universal, generous nature, both men and women worldwide, marry anywhere, healthy for themselves. So that is a fair comment, but the point really, and by the way, that is a point that has been made by Zach. Because out of everybody within the Nigerian space, the person that is most adventurous, that would most adventure out of their tribal setting, is probably the Igbo woman. So the Igbo woman is willing to, and the people from the south as well, especially Edo, Delta sort of area. So it is people from that cusp. They are more likely to venture out of their natural habitat to explore with not just other tribes, but other races as well. So you see that a lot. So they have that confidence within them to explore with other tribes and races. But then, of course, it might well be that spirit of adventure that really serves as the thing that attracts the Yoruba man. Because, of course, everybody likes something that is other than theirs, because it then brings that spirit of adventure to your relationship. And there's nothing that indicates exotica to a Yoruba person more than a delightful Igbo woman. So YC came up with that statement. to say that the Igbo women were put on this planet for the benefit of the Yoruba man. Controversial statement, but I've brought it online anyway to gauge your sentiments. Jennifer, I see no reason why the Igbo women are not marrying the Yoruba men if they are really made for Yoruba men. But there are plenty of Igbo women marrying Yoruba men. That is the question. And there are plenty of Yoruba men seeking out Igbo women. That is the other position. But do you experience it differently? Is the question. And if you do, then come engage with me. Let me know how and what your experiences are. So anyone with any opinions on that? So we've gone through what YC has to say, and we've seen somebody attempt to come up with reasons. But for me personally, I would say that the Igbo woman represents something exotic to the Yoruba man, and that for me might well be the key reason really why the Igbos why the Yorubas rather the Yoruba men naturally gravitate towards the Igbo woman. So that is my position, but what is your position? How do you see it? Let's see. I'm just trying to see if this expands into something else. So I'll take this last piece, and then of course I'll come back to you guys. And if it's not anything that especially interests you, then we'll just round it off there. I know that people usually like to leave their comments to the comment section. 7 Nigerian women talk about dating an Igbo man. So that will be a topic for another day. But the topic of the moment is why Igbo women, why Yoruba men rather, naturally gravitate towards Igbo women. So this is the thing that we're discussing, and this is what I'm inviting opinions on. So now, I'm not sure that this is something that you guys have experienced in your personal lives, but whatever your experiences are, then come share them with me. So I've given you the case study. I'm inviting your opinions now. So you can come share them with me in the comment section because I'm now seeking. Okay, I was going to round it off actually because nobody was wanting to chime in, but I am an African. So I am an African.
I was Fact of Africa. I just changed my YouTube name.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. So what is your position? What is declare yourself first? Are you Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, etc.?
I am a Yoruba man. I'm a Yoruba man.
And what do you make of that statement or that position?
I don't know where that statement came from anyway, but
it came from an artist called YC.
Oh, okay. And actually, I have to say that it's really late. I'm just about to go to bed. I thought, let me quickly just say, share my opinion. I just think that is it just a case of because Igbo people tend to travel a lot, and then when they travel a lot, so they are like almost like everywhere, and then they have children, obviously. So and then which means that ladies are more available to other tribes than
yes. I think it might well be right. I think it might well also be a Lagos factor. You know, for a very long time, Lagos was pretty much the heartland of Nigeria, and everything happened in Lagos. Yeah. And Lagos was where the money is, and where the money is, of
business,
course, yes, is where the Igbos will be. So there was more chance of an interaction with an Igbo person by a Yoruba person than you would find anywhere else. So it might well be an element of that. So yeah, so thank you for that. You said you're about to go to bed.
Yeah.
So we will convene again tomorrow. Let me not hold you. But you look too dressed up for bed though. You look like are you one of those people who wear a suit to bed?
No, I just getting up from the computer, so just getting to.
Oh, okay, brilliant. I'll let you go. Okay. I think I've got somebody else coming to chime in. All right, thanks a lot. Hello, yes, it's gone. All right. Somebody else wanted to chime in, but I don't know if they panicked a little bit. But that is the question, and I am inviting opinions. Let's just see what's Zach saying. Some Yoruba women also marry Igbo men too, based on their mutual love and understanding. Peace and blessings to all. So yeah, that is of course true. But I think you will probably find more instances of a Yoruba man marrying an Igbo woman than an Igbo man marrying a Yoruba girl. I don't think the Igbo man actually seeks to venture too far from Igbo land when it comes to taking a bride. And it's funny because the Igbo man is probably the most traveled Nigerian, both within the Nigerian space and internationally. But then, of course, when it comes to taking a bride, don't shoot me for saying this. This is just a loose statement. But really, it is my opinion that the Igbo man would naturally gravitate towards his own, which is, of course, an Igbo woman, because the Igbo woman understands his culture, and the Igbo man is a man of particular ways. So the Igbo man and the Yoruba men, though, and the Igbo women is the question. What is your answer? So I am going to round it off here because, you know, it's really something that's meant to be interactive. I do say this often, actually, that these sessions are meant to be interactive because I'm not just here to sermonize. If I wanted to sermonize, then I'd have just done a video and put it up. So it is meant to be an interactive session. So the question has been proposed, and then of course, the interaction is what then propels the conversation. So if the interaction is not propelling it, then we'll really seek to round it off. There are 20 people in here, but the opinions are not flowing. That is the position, though. Somebody's come out with a controversial statement to say that the Igbo women are put on this planet for the benefit of the Yoruba men. And that was not meant as an aggressive statement, by the way. I think that person was saying it from a position of love. But then, of course, this is something that I've also noticed myself, that the Yoruba man naturally gravitates towards the Igbo woman. Ben, what says you?
Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
It's evening here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Declare yourself first. What tribe are you?
I'm Yoruba.
Okay, good. And what do you make of what do you make of that statement? That's the.
I think the statement has a whole lot back to it, because most Yoruba men see the Igbo women very enterprising, like their men. So, and again, due to their skin, we have
yes.
the Igbos.
We've not even talked about that. The light skin, yes.
The light skin. And you know how much the Yoruba men get attracted to poppy skin, when they see one.
Attracted, you mean excited even. They start to jump up and
So the Igbos have so much of that to offer. And also the Igbos also have their women are very energetic and also enterprising. So I think those are the basic, because the Igbo women also, what I understand due to my own relationship lifestyle and experience that I've gathered, they are also encouraging, most Yoruba men that goes into business, that do well in business, you always find some association with, probably they have with an Igbo woman, because you see them encouraging their man to go into business, giving them various business ideas, probably due to what they have learned from their parents, from their relatives, or from their siblings. So they also encourage them. They also encourage their men to, to.
The Igbo people are industrious, no doubt. There's absolutely no question in that. So we always say that Igbo men are industrious, but then of course the Igbo culture in itself is industrious. So for the Igbo men to be industrious, by token, the Igbo women will be industrious as well. So I see the point that you're saying that they propel their men. So their industrious is something that we can establish. Somebody said they're hardworking with something that we can establish too. Somebody said they're homemakers is something that we can establish too. And somebody said they work very hard to hold on to their marriage. This is something that there are qualities that you find in the Igbo person. But some qualities also, the Igbos, I think they represent an exotic to the Yoruba person, because of course, you want to, sometimes when you go to a party and you taste the jollof rice and it's different from the jollof rice that you take, it's one of those sort of things that are something from a different setting presents a bit more of a delight to you. And then, of course, you
Yeah.
recall that Malam Buhari said his wife belongs in the other room. So maybe the Igbo women are also especially gifted in the other room. I don't know. I've not had any experiences with Igbo women, but that is that's just a position. I mean, do you have anything else to say before we round it off?
Yes, you are right. You know, they are also good at taking care of their men. You know, both in the
In the other
living
room.
room and the other room. So, so I think
Are
they
you
are
married?
both. And again,
Are you married to an Igbo
n-
person?
no, but
Okay.
I have one as a girlfriend at the moment. So,
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah.
so and also they do stick to their men. You know, Igbos are always they do stick with their men, and they also tend to understand. They have this culture of when they are married, they are married. And again, what I also learned about them is, you know, the Igbos can easily cut, you know, when they sense a man that is not serious, the ladies can easily cut you off, you know, without thinking about it. So they have a way of, this is what I want, I go get it, and this is what I don't want, I don't want it. So they
It's
are
still
quite,
that
you know,
it's still that industriousness. So yeah, quite interesting. Thank you, Ben, and please chime in again anytime we're doing this sort of topic. So that's Ben. He has a relationship with an Igbo person, so he's speaking from exactly the directness of the topic. So he, of course, is a Yoruba man, Ben, and he's saying from his experience that the Igbos are industrious, they are faithful, and of course they show full support to their partner, etc. So that is some of the qualities that he has identified, especially with the Igbo person. But then, of course, those qualities might well be peculiar to the person that he is in a relationship with. But then, of course, these are qualities that are in generality people associate with the Igbo person anyway, because we read that in several articles, and Ben has now come to confirm it has been his own personal experience. So, Vincent Ogbu, please, why this topic? This is uncalled for. Why is it uncalled for? Vincent is the question. It is a topic and it is a legitimate enough one to discuss. There's nothing aggressive in its tonality. It's just really an admiration for a particular type of person and just really to explore the reasons why this admiration is there and to celebrate it. So it's more a celebration of it than anything that might well be in the direction that you are suggesting. So the Igbo woman was put on this planet for the benefit of the Yoruba man. That is the question. What is your answer? I'm going to seek to round it off because, as I said, I was hoping for a lot more interaction. I have had interaction, so that's good. But I was hoping for a lot more interaction. It might well be the time of the day. It might well be the topic. It might well be that people are being coy. Whatever the reasons are, that's the question. But the conversation, of course, still can carry on and will carry on in the comment section. So the Igbo woman was put on this planet for the benefit of the Yoruba man. That is the quite controversial position, but what is your controversial or not response to it? So that no further responses coming up in the chat, and nobody seems to be clicking on the hyperlink. So I'm going to seek to round it off fairly shortly. I will actually round it off right now. So I'll leave you here. Carry the conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.